I figured I should make a video now since even YouTube has been like, Ayo, Brian, you haven't made a video in a very long time. Honestly, it's been tough due to family circumstances. So, time for content creation has been, I guess you can say, it's been limited and quite crunched, to be honest. Not to mention that I haven't felt creatively inspired for my typical analysis content. With that being said, I was inspired to make a video from an article I read recently about the use of technology in sports to increase player longevity and decrease injuries using artificial intelligence. That sounds really cool, huh? So, using AI through wearables like a smartwatch and video to calculate the wear and tear on an athlete's body sounds so sci fi yet convenient and beneficial for the player. I imagine running backs in particular would see amazing benefits from these type of systems. Right now, running backs have the shortest average career span in the NFL at 2.5 years, basically. As you may figure, it's on account of the fact that they get hit so often. It's time that we use data to help the players and not just track statistics. I can easily envision running backs being put on snap counts similar to pitchers in baseball. That decision for pitchers was made from analyzing data as well, so there is no need for football to lag so far behind. One potential consequence of something like a snap count for running backs would be more teams having a steady group of running backs instead of one, rather than one running back who takes on the full load. And we know that the more hits a player takes, the worse the toll is on the body. It is seemingly even more precarious for running backs as they tend to bow out quicker in their careers, as we've seen. So, who wouldn't want to see their favorite running back have an extended career in the NFL? Imagine somebody like Frank Gore, who is already an Iron Man. He would probably play about 30 more years in that type of system. So, yeah, I can think the possibilities of this are endless. So offensive linemen and defensive linemen would also benefit from a snap count system as well. It doesn't get talked about a lot, but they endure a ton of punishment in the trenches. It's like they go through multiple car crashes every game with all the force. So for years, those guys wouldn't be able to function or deal with pain without the use of strong painkillers. There was an article about 6 years ago by former NFL player Eugene Monroe called Getting Off the T Train, and T mean Toradol, it's a type of painkiller. He detailed that players were chronically administered doses of Toradol, whether in pain or not. It became like an addictive substance, just chronic use to keep them on top of things. So many of them ended up addicted, and some have run into legal trouble. If data can be used to address this situation on the front end, as in like keeping their bodies good so they don't need the pain, that alone would provide a great justification for the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning in data analysis of individual players for the benefit of the player and for the organization. I think of players like Robert Griffin III, Todd Gurley, Calvin Johnson, Luke Kuechly, and many more when it comes to this topic. For too long, casual fans have dismissed injury concerns with players as just being part of the trade. And that thinking has never and will never be satisfying to me because I see them as more than just players or people with a job. They're putting their life on the line. I don't believe someone's body should be sacrificed for what they do. It's lazy of the industry to be apathetic towards that type of abuse when you're the one facilitating it. So this is where the work of companies such as Kitman Labs and Zone 7 comes into play. They specialize in doing this type of data and individualizing and personalizing. So naturally, one of the biggest issues would be the privacy concern. Who owns this data? Who will have access to it? Can the player place restrictions on the data? These are all things that would be helpful to iron out like in the process. So no one wants to see teams cutting and discriminating against players due to this collected data. I'm interested to see if many players will care much at all in the end if they have some type of benefit from it. We honestly could be on to something special here if it's done right. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments and tell me if you know of any new developments in this space overall. Like if you've seen new things in AI and machine learning, and in particular, I guess, in football, but even in other sports, what are some ways that you've seen it kind of apply? And yeah, I want to know where you all feel or where your feelings on this subject. So thank you for listening. This is my comeback video. I really had a lot of fun like talking about it as opposed to doing some analysis right now, though I might hop back into that too. But thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.